Welcome back to another reaction for Hell Mode episode 5. So let's see how we are going to train these nobles. Let's see how we are going to skip this opening. Now there's still this one girl we got not introduced to. So let's see. Okay. The summoner's potential. Can we use those for allies?
心配かけてすまなかった。見ての通り、もうバッチリだ。
で、本当に連れて行くんだな。
ああ、事前に伝えた通り、今回はアレンの作戦で行く。
We have a different strategy?
ただし、アレンは見学だ。
邪魔はしません。よろしくお願いします。本当は狩りに参加したかったけど、父さんも頑固だからな。まったく。まあしゃあない。ボアの討伐数を増やすには新人の育成が必須。あんなことは二度とごめんだからな。
We still don't know. I'm assuming if your summons kill something, you get the experience as well. If you had like a very small summon you could send into the fight, that would be good. Like the leech, as example, send it on an enemy. It does a little bit of damage, the enemy gets defeated, you get some experience. This kind of stuff, maybe?
ローダンさん、去年はすみませんでした。今度もし何かあっても俺には構わず。気にすんな。狩りに集中しろ。はい。
Yeah, I assume he's the only one who's going to be reliable.
よし、みんな行くぞ。
ノードとして生まれて7年、村の外に出る。これが最初の一歩だ。あれが白竜山脈か。秋になるとあの麓から餌を求めてボアがこの辺まで降りてくるんだってな。
So this is when we can hunt them.
そしてあの山頂には伝説の魔獣白竜が住むという。なんか一気にファンタジー感出てきたぞ。
おいあれ、おじけづいたのか？違うよ。
So what is this new hunting thing? I would assume they use more traps? Because they can prepare for hunting boars, right? So they lose them in here, they have like a formation. Why not use traps?
あとは訓練と同じだ。それじゃ各自持ち場へつけ。
And the biggest problem, means they did explain. But one of the big problems the last time was that the nobles didn't want to train. But I believe it is similar here, which made them unreliable in the fight.
確かにこれはビビる。
歯を食いしばれ。踏ん張れ。ローダー。
Sure, the blood is spurting out like a balloon.
釣り役がボアを誘導し、壁役が動きを止め、仕留め役が急所を攻撃する。これが10年、才能なしでも狩りをしてきた父さんたちの戦術なんだ。じゃあ、そろそろお願いします。
Oh, they all don't have any talents. I do not like the background sound. It's a little bit too present.
わかった。
そもそも豆腐フィジカルの新人を壁役にするのが間違いなんだ。
ゲルタさん、俺のケツを刺すんじゃねえぞ。
経験値を得るだけなら戦闘に参加するだけでいいはずだ。
いいぞ、今だ。
And now you sneak in a little leech, right, to get some experience? No? Okay.
力が湧いてくれ。これが神の試練を乗り越えたということか。神様ありがとうございます。
again, you hear the cicada. It's always there, always very rhythmically. It is a little bit. It's too present.
し予想通りレベルアップしたようだな。ボアは C ランクだからかなり上がったかもな。さて俺のはどうだって何もなしかいやっぱりここで突っ立ってるだけじゃ戦闘に参加したとみなされないのか。
あれ
I mean, you should just send in again a leech or whatever. Additionally, why not use traps? Why not use like, I don't know what they're called, but you know, the wooden spikes you put into the dirt. Why not use some of those? If the ball runs in, he gets caught on those. It's a lot of damage. You need to tank less. It's less dangerous. Have something like these traps, you know?
君のおかげだよ。ありがとう。
いえどういたしまして。なんだろうこの試合に勝って勝負に負けた感は。
よあれ明日の狩りも見学するのか。
ええ毎回行きますよ。それより俺にも槍を持たせるよう父に言ってくだ。
So the only thing that he added was, hey, you know the guys that would just run away? Just have them come in later to do some stabby. I could have told you that. That is not really that much of a difference.
さいよ。
そんなこと言ったら俺たちがロダンにぶっ飛ばされちまうぜ。
いいよな。お前らは狩りに参加できて。
お前も解体ばっかりやってないで来いよ。
うちは神さんの腹が大きいからさ。
Very solid idea. You know, you have a child coming, your wife, you have seemingly a stable job or, you know, doing butcher work. Your job, especially after the hunt, is very important. Why risk your life if you have a child coming soon?
無茶して一人にするわけにはいかねえんだ。
そっか。
まあ解体の仕事が増えるだけでも助かるよ。
ほほう。ねえおじさん。
おじさんじゃないけど。なんだい。
ちょっと相談がありまして。
でなんだい相談。
See, I mean, you are cutting up your own animals, so probably not that. Maybe he's like, hey, can I give you some of my stuff? You give me some of the boar stuff?
こいつはアル
Oh,
バメロンじゃ
okay.
ねえか。
これを解体してほしいんです。僕一人じゃ追いつかなくて。その代わり一体につき肉塊を2個お渡しします。
Okay, are we going to find out how many packs of meat one is producing?
そんなにいいのか。
はい。これは食料じゃない。肉屋に買い取ってもらうためだ。何せ家族を平
Right, because you can only sell the meat.
何せ家族を平民にするためには金貨50枚必要だからな。肉屋に解体を頼んでもどのみち手数料を取られる。だったらここで外注した方が一度に運べる量も増える。時間は有効に使わなきゃ。
But essentially you would lose a little bit of money, and you did this before alone. So, I don't know. Doesn't really make too much sense to let him do it. Maybe you are hunting too much now, which could be possible. And this, we go back to the hunt. I'm assuming at some point they're going to lure in a boar that is too strong, or maybe a second boar, and are unable to deal with that. That is when he has to jump in.
本当に大丈夫なのか。ああ、俺たちにだってできたんだ。大丈夫さ。
こうやって少しずつメンバーを増やし、いずれ2班に分ければボア狩りの成果は2倍になる。それにしてもなんで漁師はそんなにボアの数にこだわるんだろう。領内が食料不足に陥ってるようには思えないんだが。ボアが来るぞ。
カメロ。
So interesting. Oh, he's here. Okay. So what they do is the same as before. They have like a main group doing all the fighting, and then the new guys come in, get some experience, get comfortable. Makes total sense.
乗り越えた。また試練を乗り越えたぞ。俺もだ。おお、本当だ。力がみなぎる。
お、よっしゃ。
How did you get experience?
狙い通り。しかもレベルアップまで。実はさっき殿下召喚。召喚獣は半径50メートル以内で目の届く場所ならどこにでも召喚できる。
Okay.
召喚獣が攻撃されただけでも戦闘に参加したとみなされた。
Oh. Interesting. I assumed he had to attack, but okay, he just needs to be flagged as in a fight. That opens up a lot of possibilities. He could just follow like a nice order into a war and just have a bunch of his little grasshoppers die. And that way he's... Now here's the question. Does he only count as in a fight with this boar, or generally? Is he now PvP flagged essentially? So whenever another boar would come in, they kill it, he would still get experience? Or does he have to do this with every enemy? Also very interesting that he can now summon them 50 meters away.
では起きん。これぞゲーマーの意地。すまん、殿下。ナム。
I mean, worthwhile effort. Okay, worthwhile sacrifice.
この世界にも年明けを祝う風習はあるらしく、今年初めて村長宅に招かれた。お菓子美味しかったね、アレン。そうだね。お土産までもらってさ。ボア15体討伐のノルマを達成したご褒美ってところか。
Okay.
おお、帰ったか。
But you didn't ask why they need it? Or, I mean, the chieftain probably doesn't know why the baron wants more.
村長宅は楽しかったか。
父さんとゲルダさんも来ればよかったのに。
年明け早々堅苦しいのはごめんだ。ここでパーッとやろうぜ。うまい。
Fascinating that the Ping family is not getting more children.
マッシュ、美味しいか？
ニーニー美味しい。
そうかそうか。村長が俺らに礼を言っていたか。
上機嫌だったよ。
And that we need to hunt 20, right?
この分だと今年の目標20体も達成できそうだしな。アレンの新人育成計画のおかげだ。
ところでアレン。
Really? His plan was to train more people? You never got the idea?
キュン。
はい。
そのお前さんの後ろにちょろっと見えてる何か素敵な。
これお酒だけど村長さんからお土産にって。
Yeah, but it's my gift.
釣れたで。ここであえての。そうだマッシュ。今度槍の特訓してやろうか。
はーい。私も特訓。
いやいや、クレナは十分強いだろう。マッシュは槍の素質があるみたいだからさ。
あれ
なあ。
よしよし、食いついてら。どうしたの？
だから村長からのお土産なんだよな。
僕がもらったお土産だよ。
君は何を言っておるのか。
だから僕がもらったお土産。
君は飲めないでしょうが。
そうだそうだ。
しょうがないな。じゃあ僕と勝負して勝ったらあげるよ。
勝負？
は？勝負？
俺らとお前がか？
そうだよ。
おお、いいぜ、乗った。
おいゲルダ。
じゃあさ
I mean, he should know that his child is not stupid. Additionally, he could just be like, I can't drink it yet, but I can wait 10 years.
僕が勝ったら何をくれるの？何もくれないの？
ちなみに何が欲しいんだ？
僕が勝ったら今年のボア狩りで槍を持たせて。
どうやらはめられたらしい。我が子ながら作詞だ。
マジか。
わかった。俺らが勝ったら酒で、アレンが勝ったらボア狩りの参加だな。
Okay. What does it have to do with his brother? Why did he bring him
決
in?
まりだね。もうまあいいじゃないか。ちょっとした余興さね。
で、勝負ってのは何をするんだ？
腕相撲だよ。
腕相撲？
I mean, to be honest, even as a dad, I would understand he's smart. He was helping us. He seems to be somewhat intelligent. He's able to see stuff that I am unable to see. He did this whole, thingamajig. He wants to take part in the hunt. And he proposed arm wrestling. So my alarm bells would go off, be like, he would not propose arm wrestling if he didn't have a plan. So we are probably going to lose. Whatever he has in stock, we are not going to win. Now, at that point, I would just say, we don't need to do this. You give us the liquor, you are allowed to take part in the hunt with the spear. Because there's no real... You already lost. You are already inside his trap. He most likely has a plan. We can save ourselves the effort, essentially.
いいだろう。
すまんが本気で行くぞ。酒のためだ。
Now I do wonder, is he stronger than his own dad? Who is stronger of those two? He definitely looks a lot more bulky, but that doesn't really necessarily mean he's stronger because our boy probably has a billion strength through his summon.
この勝負のために全てのカードをポチに変えた。しか
Well, HP, MP, so like 200 strength, 200 plus strength, or attack power. Interesting. Not strength,
さら
attack
に
power.
全振りだ。レベルも6まで上げたんだ。負けるもんか。
Now this is the first time we get a comparison between him and probably someone of the stronger adults
それでは
with a specific value attached. In this case, 200.
あれ
Please don't break his arm.
ギリだ。
Close, huh? So, a superior adult male, approximately 200 attack power. Okay. Normal, probably like 170. Some of these hunters. So, I assume adult male goes from 150 to 200. Approximately strength-wise. Meaning he needs to hunt boars alone, essentially 10, maybe 20, 200 strength people if he wanted to hunt similar to them. But he has like his summons who are a little bit more unique. He has the ability to do it a little bit differently. And he hunted these birds who are as strong as boars. As far as I remember. So, and he can summon 30. So, I do not remember how strong these dogs were. But 30 of those should be able to deal with one boar.
この感じだとゲルダさんの攻撃力は
Okay.
150から200の間ってところか。
I'm assuming more on the 200 side.
あれ、腕が回復するまで待ってやるぞ。
Now this is a big question. I feel like the dad is even stronger.
父さんの手こんなにゴツゴツしてたんだ。毎日家族のために働いてきた大きな大きな手だ。
It may be even strong enough to defeat Alan because he seemingly underestimated them. But even then, I'm assuming maybe the dad lets him win, or he's definitely going to allow him to wield a spear.
お前と力勝負する日が来るなんてな。
俺だってそろそろ一人前扱いしてほしい。俺は人の100倍努力しなきゃいけないんだ。とにかくレベルを上げて強くならなきゃ。
じゃあ行くよ。
ならなきゃ。
じゃあ行くよ。始め。
五段の勝ち。
よっしゃ
乾杯だ。こりゃ攻撃力300あるんじゃないのか。僕の負けだよ父さん。はいこれ。
うい、やった酒だ。
能力値で言うならゲルダさんの攻撃力は D、 父さんは C はあるだろうな。ノーマルモードの人間がどのくらい強くなるのか参考にはなったか。
Exactly. Which does help find out if we can hunt specific monsters
子
or animals.
大人げない。アリン、落ち込むことないからね。
ああ、そう見えたのか。
そうだぞ。お前が弱いんじゃなくて父さんが強すぎるだけだ。俺に勝てない限りお上がりは認めないからな。
お、現地取ったぞ。秋までに召喚レベル4にすればまだチャンスはある。分かったよ父さん。ひとまず諦めるよ。父さんに勝つまではね。
I mean, as his dad, I would let him hunt with us. I would put him on the newbie squad. Just alone to nurture his abilities. He is strong enough right now. So why not try to further his abilities with hunting? Otherwise, his potential growth is going to be stunted just because he wants to not let him hunt.
ああ、ミチルだ。つまみ足りねえぞ。
あんたたちいい加減にしなよ。
年明けくらい羽目外したっていいだろ。何でもいいから待ってこい。
Yeah, I mean, you may be strong, but you are not the boss in the household.
で、なんだって。
なんもないっす。
ミチルダさん、隠れ C ランクかも。
Which would be funny if the woman were physically stronger.
やっと召喚レベルが上がったぞ。
Okay. Enhance 4, summon 4, Grimoire expansion 4. Obtains the storage skill.
また情報が多いな。とりあえずステータス確認と。お、E ランクの召喚獣が解放されてる。新種も、新種はまた合成してみないとわからないパターンか。今回は魔力にも余裕があるから検証。
We have 100 extra mana, so I assume he put down a couple of these apple tree thingies. Next level is 1,000,000 points.
もうサクサクいきそうだ。カードのホルダーも10枚分増えてる。
10 more cards. Normally you would be like, 10 more. I mean, it's like a 30% increase, but that's a lot of stats. I mean, now he can be... Last time he got like 150 stats with 30 cards, so 5 for each. I mean, now he has like 200 extra strength or attack. Still not enough to potentially defeat his father.
カゴの値も召喚獣のレベルに応じて上がるから E ランクを40
Right. Additionally, E rank
体カード
if we go with a doubling, so each of those could give him 10 strength. That is, if he puts of them into strength, he definitely can defeat his father. If it's like 7 or 8, then a little bit harder, but still should be
に
doable.
したら相当ステータスが上がるぞ。
But I assume they
今
give
度こ
10 each.
そ父さんに腕相撲で勝てる。お、収納？数字がないってことは固定スキル？お？これって
It's a black square. This would upset me so much. Why is there a black square over 2 pages?
穴？失礼します。結構深いな。
That's what he said?
おちゃんとか言わないぞ。お、さっき入れた石だ。ほほう、収納したものがイメージでわかると。よーし、検証だ。あぽい、あぽい、あぽいぽいぽいぽい。この穴に入るものなら何でも入れられるらしい。
That's a lot of wood. 300 kilograms. Now the question is, can you store cards? There's a summon. That is the
量の制
important
限
one.
もなさそ
Because then you can swap them on the fly. You can put in new cards whenever some of your summons die.
うだ。おかしい。
It also helps a lot with transportation, sure. Now the question is, this is like the typical storage skill, is whatever you put in, is it still alive or existent? If you put something hot in, is it going to cool down? If you put something living in it, is it still going to be alive after you pull it out? This kind of stuff
おかしいぞ、これは。
can go one or two ways. It normally just cools down or it stays fresh. Kind of
ア
thing.
イテムをどれだけ持てるかはゲームで最も大事な要素の一つ。そんな神性能のスキルがなんでこんな中途半端なタイミングで。鍵や船、空飛ぶ絨毯とか、普通必要なアイテムは必要な時に手に入るもんだ。それが制作者の意図だからだ。
アレン、どうしたの？
I'm assuming, 3 months went by, you are most likely going to go haggle again in like a couple months. So you need a way to transport all the food. I feel like at the moment the biggest problem you have is transporting all the items you want to sell. Now your dad is there, so you could potentially have him carry as well.
として。
ああ、なんでも
Other than that, I don't know. I don't know why. Again, if you can put cards in that would be good.
ないよ。何か理由があるんだ。今じゃないとダメな理由が。
I feel like he did not test enough this new ability.
今度は E ランク召喚獣の検証だ。まずは虫いい生成。あれ？なんで？魔力が足りないのかな？
Last time I told you.
回復したばかりのはず。
Magic stone.
魔石？ E ランクからは魔石がいるのか？魔石。
Hunting animals, sure, but normally you need to give the magic stones away, right? You could buy some.
き足差し足。
You know these are a
これ
tribute,
まで
right?
貯めてきたお金の中に。
Oh. So you keep
たまに村に迷い込んでくる角ウサギの。
haunt rabbits. Okay. Typically you should also give them away, right? But I can see keeping some on the low, sometimes. But the money you can now throw in your storage.
魔石だ。拾っといてよかった。よーし、
Is it E rank?
今度こ
That's
そ
a question.
虫いい生成。いらん
Yeah, E rank magic stones. This is E rank.
ク魔石持ってるんですけど。
Oh, you do not have enough. One is not enough.
あ、そうだ。収納。ほいっと。改めまして、虫いい生成。できた
Okay. Butterfly, 10 points.
収納ってのはこう使うんだな。E ランクの虫は蝶々か。
So you don't need to fuse them. You can just create. So the fusion is only for finding out the new type?
試しに召喚。うわ、
Why are they also massive?
か。あれやべ。隠れろ。
Just unsummon him.
ダメだ。今度こそバレる。
どうしたの？大きな声出して。
そのほいっとしたらひらひらってかって。
何言ってんの？変な子。
Really? She came out for nothing?
なぜか助かった。
あちょおちょちょおちょ魔石にとまだ。
I'm assuming it's a ski. I don't know why you are scared about over your
自分で
bee.
召喚しといてビビったわ。獣いいはサーベルタイガーか。犬よりだいぶでかくて強そうだ。
Do we get to see the stats? Yes. Claw attack. It only buffs attack by 5? Really? That is strange. It has 0 endurance? No. It is 0 mana. I see. Fair enough. 0 mana, 50 attack, 50 health. So 4 of these are similar to like his uncle there in strength. Can summon 10 of them, more than enough to take down a boar. Not even talking about his claw attack.
体が10もある。一気に2倍だぜ。よし、お前の名前はタマだ。よろしくな、タマ。
Hammer for
戻れ。
Tiger?
合成も試しておこう。まずは鳥 E だ。合成。
So he can create insects and beasts, but he cannot create birds and the other one. So that is why he needs the fusion. A little bit limiting, I would say.
超無反応。あ、ひょっとして。あ、ほいっと。合成。
Okay, so that means an E-rank bird needs 3 magic stones. Because you need a magic stone for the butterfly, 1 extra for the saber-tooth, most likely, and the third one to fuse them. So this one has to be stronger, right?
やっぱりそうか。こりゃかなり魔石が必要
Yeah, you need a shit ton.
になるな。
角ウサギ？もう迷い込んでくる心配はないぞ。
え？
何年も前から村の周りに堀を作ってきたんだ。
そうなんだ。
小さい魔獣とはいえ子供にとっては危険だからな。
まずいな。角ウサギが入ってこないんじゃどうやって魔石を。
Not much training what she's doing, but sure. I mean, he can just buy magic stones, but he wants to save the money for serfdom. It's the whole invest, not invest. Question is also, do his summons now listen to him somewhat? Like Fido, the dog? Can you just send them out to hunt rabbits?
なあペロムス、ちょっといい？君は物知りだって聞いたんだけど魔石について教えてくれないかな。
魔石というのは魔獣の心臓近くに埋まってる石のこと。魔道具の動力源として使われるんだ。魔道具とは魔石の力で動く道具のこと。 オートにはたくさんの種類があるんだって。
そうなんだ。
D とか C ランクならオートでは役に立つけど、
Hmm.
B ランクの魔石なんてゴミ同然。その辺にもたくさん落ちてるよ。あ、ほら。
おお。
Explanation wise, okay. D rank, C rank, you use them for magic tools. Okay, we have some of the word building. E ranks, they are seen as trash, they are lying around. Maybe not even part of the host 60% to the Baron kind of deal, because they're so useless. That is why they are lying around. Okay. Not here. He's picking them up from the ground, and our boy never was able to use his fucking eyes to see them on the ground? Really? This makes no sense. In the city, okay. But we got the information, hey, they are very cheap. They are more or less trash. It may be that Magic Stone store in the city has like a bunch of these, because they are maybe they get like a whole shipment of Magic Stones and there are a bunch of E ranks in between, and he can then buy them.
ほら。
Or he just goes into the city, picks up pennies on the ground, I guess.
はい。ありがとう。じゃあ。
But yeah, it makes no sense that he didn't see that.
So-
Yeah. You may also, I would just ask the people around, be like, hey, if you find E rank Magic Stones, can you give them to me? They're shiny, I want to do something
これ
with
なら
them.
村中からかき集めるしかないな。
Play around.
人海戦術だ。
Okay, I mean, he can also get a bunch of little summons, but they're going to get attacked.
村の
So.
人たちに声をかけまくったおかげでだいぶ魔石は溜まった。これで E ランクの
Okay, we have the grass type. Stone. Stone is the new type, huh?
カードは全種類生成できたぞ。さて、こいつらはどんな能力があるのか。どうしたホーク。豆太郎。
You didn't summon them. How are they here?
アゲハ。今だ、タマ。やったー。
The whole scene is bullshit. Don't like the scene at all. First of all, they are in card form, so they are not summoned. Then one of them gets pulled into the air and summons itself. Totally stupid. And they all use their abilities without him telling them. Which is not how it was before. Now maybe they got more intelligence, so they are able to work automatically. I could see that maybe. The problem is they were able to defeat this boar with one attack from a 50 attack power monster. Yeah, the whole village, you have like 15 hunters, each with like 150 to 200 attack power, using a spear to attack these. And they just barely are able to defeat them. But here we have like a 50 power attack power one doing this. Bit unbelievable. And now Stone comes in. Not being told to come in. And the wall one-shot the enemy, I guess, somehow.
壁よ、タマ、アゲハ。妄想か。
の7年間ずっと考え続けてきた。召喚した。
Okay. If that was really like a hallucination, a dream, fair enough, fair enough. Makes more sense. He didn't summon them, they summoned themselves, they used the abilities themselves, they one-shot this. Okay, if it was all a dream, totally makes sense. Okay.
は何なのか。普通のゲームなら攻略サイトでも見ればいいが、ここでは自分で考えるしかない。どう戦えば召喚師のポテンシャルを最大限に活かせるのか。これはもう召喚獣の系統によって明確な役割があると見ていいだろう。
Stone is a literal wall. The grass type seems to be a buff type or support. So those two seem pretty easy to identify. Now the other ones, I mean, the butterfly seems to have like a debuff effect. The beast type clearly looks like a tech type. I mean, you can mostly see on their stats and what buffs they give, I assume. The bird type could be like a reconnaissance.
全員出てこい。虫系はデバフ効果。獣系は攻撃主体。鳥系は情報の収集。
I mean, as I said, more or less.
草系
I mean, there's the main guy. You are going to get a bunch of these.
は回復。石系は防御。
Really harden.
攻撃、防御、デバフ、回復、索敵。一人であらゆる役割をこなす。それが召喚師。このタイミングで収納スキルが解放されたのもそのためか。何十何百の魔石を持ち歩くわけにはいかないからな。これが制作者の意図か。どんな状況下でもあらゆる敵を蹴散らし進軍する無双の軍勢。これが魔王を超えると言われる召喚師の力なんだ。
Now again, it was a dream. Totally fine because it was a lot of bullshit in that one scene. Cool, okay, totally understandable. That he was unable to identify that E rank stones were on the ground is a little bit unbelievable. Otherwise, I mean, not a lot of problems. Now, we don't know. Can you store your summons in the hole? Like the cards? Because the biggest problem you have right now is as soon as you start losing your summons, it makes you weaker and weaker. And you seemingly cannot really get more summons quick. Maybe as long as you have MP, you can summon new guys. But that is your biggest weakness right now. If you can store summons, you could have like a backup. Other than that, I mean, again, because this was a dream, makes it... It doesn't break the immersion in the show. The only real thing that was stupid is that he was not seeing the E rank magic stones on the ground. Apart from that, I mean, it seems pretty fine still.